Today our plan's simple. We're trying to deal 100 damage to our own creatures. Why would we want to throw so much damage at our own stuff? Well, let me explain. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition in our first Edge of Eternities edition of Against the Odds. And this week, our goal is pretty simple. We're trying to deal 100 damage to our own creatures, which then in turn will hopefully maybe win us the game. We're playing some Dawnsire Sunstar Dreadnought combo. So let's talk about the deck, what it's trying to do, why we're trying to deal so much damage to our own creatures, jump into some games and see the deck in action. So we're built around a new spacecraft from Edge of Eternities, Dawnsire Sunstar Dreadnought. It's a 5-mana spacecraft with stations so we can tap our creatures to add charge counters. Once we get up to 10 or more charge counters, its ability is whenever we attack, not with Dawnsire, but just with anything, it deals 100 damage to up to one target creature, planeswalker. If we ever get 20 or more counters, it becomes a 20-21 shot kill flyer. So what are we doing with Dawnsire? Well, step one is we need to get Dawnsire on the battlefield, and also we got to get at least 10 charge counters on it. We don't really care about getting up to 20. If we do, that's kind of cool, but really the goal is to get to 10 to turn on its 100 damage ability. So we got Mana Dork, Sunset Strike Master, Zookeeper, Mechan to just rush into Dawnsire faster, and then we have some relatively big creatures like Nova Hellkite. We can warp it for 3 mana. It's a 4/5. We can tap it as Dawnsire to add some counters to it. Clive is a 5/5. Can draw some cards. Can add counters to Dawnsire. Turns a Light Shitter. Digs to our deck to find our Dawnsire. And we can tap it to add counters to it. But really, honestly, trying to power up Dawnsire by tapping our creatures one at a time is just way too slow for us. So we got a cheat code to get to level 1 of Dawnsire for 3 mana with Systems Override. So Systems Override, it's a threaten effect. We can gain control of an artifact or creature until end of turn. We untap it, it gains haste. But if it's a spacecraft, we put 10 charge counters on it. So the trick here is we use Systems Override on our own creature, on our Dawnsire, just to add the counters to it. So that gets us up to 10 counters. Because if we can get up to 10 counters, a single attack can win us the game. Because we have Screaming Nemesis and also Pain for All, which essentially turns any creature into a Screaming Nemesis. These are creatures that if they take damage, they deal that much damage to our opponent. So the idea is we get down a Dawnsire, we Systems Override to get up to 10 counters, we attack with a Screaming Nemesis, or we put a Pain for All on, whatever, choose one of our random creatures, a Tursa, Nova Hellkite, a Clive, a Sunset Strike Master, we don't really care. We put it on something, we attack, Dawnsire deals 100 damage to our own creature, and then that 100 damage goes at our opponent's face. We win the game on this spot. So that is what the deck's trying to do. That is it. That is all. That is the plan. Can it work? That's what we're going to find out today. Otherwise, we have Torch the Tower, Witchtalker's Frenzy for a bit of removal, Count on Luck for some card draw, also good with Clive since it has a lot of mana symbols. Mana base is cheap and simple and easy as possible, 24 mountains, and that is Dawnsire combo, and that's our Against the Odds deck for this week. So let's jump into some games and see if we can win by dealing 100 damage to our own creatures. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll be back in a bit for the wrap up. Need some magic cards? Well, you can snag them from our sponsor Card Kingdom over at cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. Want to help out the channel? Well, you can snag these super sweet new dice, playmats, tokens, and more over at mtggoldfishmerch.com. Against the Odds time. It is Edge of Eternities time, and we are trying to deal 100 damage to our own creature with Dawnsire. It is spacecraft time. Let's see if this janky plan can actually work. Bonnet, Forest, and Llanowar Elves. I mean, this hand's pretty good. We have the Dawnsire. We have Systems Override to land is helpful to actually turn it on. So now we just need to get enough mana and live long enough to do it. Let's get down to Tursa. I think we discard the Clive and Overlord, all of our non-combo pieces. So the combo for this deck, we need Dawnsire with 10 charge counters. We need a Screaming Nemesis or a Pain for All on a creature. And then we need to attack. And if we do 100 damage to our own creature, which doesn't sound very helpful, but if it's a Screaming Nemesis or has a Pain for All, then it deals 100 damage to our opponent and we win the game. Ooh, another Systems Override. Let's just play the Mana Dork. Get down the Zookeeper. Pass the turn. One of the things I like about this deck is we might get some janky Systems Override rins. Like, Threaten is not a card you typically can play in a deck, But we are playing it to get 10 counters on Dawnsire, but we can also just yoink a random creature. So if our opponent plays something big, we might be able to just steal it and smack them with it. What do you got? I don't even know what our opponent's doing. Mono green tokens? Looking at the... All right, more land wars. Keep that rep going. About it. Passing. That is so many systems override. Well, let's play the Dawnsire. So system override is our way to get counters on Dawnsire. It just puts 10 counters on it. It is temporary, though. So we have to do it during this turn. I guess in theory, kind of hilariously, I guess if we get enough mana, we could double systems override and just turn it into a 20/20 and win that way too. That's not really, I mean, if we draw land, we win here. It is as simple as that. If we draw land, we should just win the game this turn. If we don't draw land, then, Eugene, okay, Ugin. Yeah. Hits the Terza, which is better than hitting the mana. So we're still drawing live. Oh, that's not a land. Okay, this might not be as clean as we wanted. Well, we can systems override to get 10 counters on Dawnsire, to turn on the 100 damage mode. And then yes, we're sure. I know, Arena. I know, it's not intuitive. And then we can attack. Dawnsire can hit Planeswalkers, so kill the Ugin? Not nearly as good as just winning the game, but... Okay, we're still drawing live for a land to win the game. We need one more mana. And then we can Screaming Nemesis, anti-casual vestige, Sure. A little bit of Eldrazi action. And another one. This one's going to get warped. Opponent. Oh, they're both going to get warped. Opponent. Triggers. Draws. Puts... Okay. Storming Hive Fool into play tap. Sure. Triggers. Draws. And... Ooh, Dawnsire their own. Okay, well, we gotta do it hard mode, I guess. Since we cannot draw this land, we're just gonna play a Screaming Nemesis and hit you with the Screaming Nemesis. So now, as long as our stuff lives, we should be able to do it next turn. Opponent makes a couple double striking slivers. Sure. Man, this would have been so much cleaner if we just drew a land. All right, opponent, more Eldrazi. I don't think Mono Green's gonna interact with this, though, most likely. Okay, gonna... Oh, would you like to deal 100 damage? Opponent's doing it the fair way. Powering up the Dawnsire. Opponent, would you like to attack and deal 100 damage to our Screaming Nemesis? You can kill it, opponent. Oh, opponent decides not to hit the Screaming Nemesis. Well, we will do that for you. Okay. Well, systems override. Yes, we know, Arita. 10 counters and combo time. Swing with the Screaming Nemesis. Yes. This is the Arena doesn't like what we're doing deck. 100 to Screaming Nemesis, 100 to your face, and, well, that was not as smooth as we were hoping. A little bit clunky not hitting that land drop, but in the end, Dawnsire gets the job done. Sweet. Ooh, Pain for All. Okay. And we are trying to deal 100 damage to our own creatures. Arena doesn't like it. It makes us click twice every time. It gives us... This deck has multiple warnings where Arena's like, are you sure? Are you sure? Only a fool would be targeting their own creature with system override. Only a fool would deal 100 damage to their own creatures. But we will teach Arena a lesson. Let's get on the Mana Dork. Leads on a Leyline to the Guild Pack for free. Okay, hitting a land is nice. Are we just gonna Terza? Let's go attacking. Get and hit ya. Let's just play another Mana Dork. I think that's fine. I don't know what we want to discard yet. Like, we want the systems override in case we find Dawnsire. Pain for All. We don't have a Screaming Nemesis, so we need that for the combo. Opponent, yeah, going to get rid of one of our Mana Dorks. Sure. All right, well, another land. Maybe we Terza and go Witchstalker Frenzy land? Yeah, we should hit another land, right? Ugh. All right, well, not ideal. We were hoping to hit a land there. Maybe we should have held on to that land. One of the interesting things about this deck now is we're actually getting pretty good Overlord for our opponent. Pretty good Mana Dorks in red now. We're actually, well, all right, let's just warp a Nova Hellkite, I guess, since we got nothing else going on. That's in the deck just in case we need to fairly power up. Wow, opponent's at 1. We might just win. We might just win fairly here. Can you beat our Jakey Beads? I did not feel like we dealt this much damage, but found it. Yeah, Vanishing Light gets rid of one of our dorks. Unimpens. They could still have removal. So if we just attack and they kill it, we do nothing. Maybe we just Nova Hellkite? Let's do that. Let's Nova Hellkite. Unfortunately, the 1 damage only hits creatures, so we can't just win directly, but let's see. All right, opponent has a Get Lost. Sure. I mean, opponent still needs something, though. And if they play a thing, we can just steal it with System Override. Do the whole reverse Reno. Not the primary plan, opponent. Vanishing Light. But Red's actually getting good mana dorks now. We're like 3 years away. Next Modern Horizon set, Red Llanowar Elves. That's my prediction. Once they do another Modern Horizons, we're gonna get Red Llanowar. I think Red Bird's Paradise probably too much, but Red Llanowar, I actually think we will get a 1-mana red mana dork at some point. Well, crack the map. Opponent, just play something so we can steal it and kill you, please. We could Pain for All, but then we could still, okay. We could still get blown out by removal. Opponent, gonna trigger. All right, now we get the System Override with land. Yoink. Yes, come to us, Moth. And yeah, might as well do it again. Land, yoink, Systems Override. Not why we're playing it, but we are not above killing you with your own insects. And that was kind of a weird game, but I guess we can win without the combo. It is good to know that sometimes you just override the system and that's enough. Ooh, Dawnsiring. Trying to deal 100 damage to ourselves. Smacking ourselves around a bit. This hand, hopefully Legend's not on something super fast. This hand's not especially fast, but it is a Dawnsire hand. I mean, we have most of our red. We have most of our combo, right? We have Dawnsire and Screaming Nemesis. All we need is a way to get the counters on Dawnsire, which I guess we could do the fair way. Ooh, the Iron Crag. All right. Something scary is happening. Well, let's Tursa, see if we can get rid of some of these extra lands. We got mountains for days over here. Well, Count on Luck is a way we could maybe draw into Systems Override. Like, in theory, we could turn on Dawnsire by tapping. Oh, no. Tannic. Hey, okay. Oh, and that's more lands. Well. We might be dead. Yeah, okay. So Tannic can put something big into play for 3 mana. It can warp it. What are we warp? Oh, God. Terramount Velis. That is, I think, literally the scariest thing they could warp. So everything has double strike. My God. Oh, no. Down to 4. Okay. Yeah, that hurt. And a bounce land. Oh, are we just going to be like a turn too slow? Can we live somehow? Oh, Pain for All. Oh, Systems Override. Okay, so, oh man. So all we can really do, I think, is just play Dawnsire and hope we live somehow, which basically means hoping our opponent has no big thing in hand. Like, if they have another big thing, we're going to die to that big thing before next turn we have the combo kill. We have the Systems Override. Huh, more terrors. All right, well, Tannic. Terrifying. Ouch. This hand, it might be a Clive hand. We only got a couple of Clives in the deck, but we do have a lot of red mana symbols. I wanted some way to draw a card. So we got Clive and Count on Luck as our card draw. We are on the play. Let's just lead on a mountain. What is Jim working with? All right, Verge, sure. I do think Verges get a lot better thanks to Shocklands. At least the Verges that are in the colors with Shocklands, but maybe we can just ramp into Clive now that we have 2 mana dorks, draw some cards. Plains for our opponent. Well, Mountain. Oh, we could also, yeah, let's just play the mana dork. We could Tursa, but at this point, I kind of want to try to do the Clive thing. With double ramp, we might actually be fast enough. Clive's really good. It's just 6. Oh boy, Pinnacle Emissary. All right, here comes the dorks. How many artifacts we got? Oh, double Pinnacle Emissary. Gonna make a flyer and okay, Infa-Tech, sure. Well, yeah, that's Pinnacle Emissary things. I think Pinnacle Emissary is actually very good. I think that card's gonna be very good. Pain for All, eh? So we could play Clive, discard our hand. I think we got to get more stuff down. Let's Pain for All. Shoot down the Infa-Tech just so they don't tutor up more, and then, yeah, we're not going to Tursa. Let's just hit you. The good news about the Pinnacle Emissary tokens is they can't block at least. So in some ways, it's worse than Sai. Sai was very good on defense. Pinnacle Emissary, all gas, no brakes. All right, Pinnacle Emissary's back. And Memory Guardian, yeah, that can block. Opponent gets in, hits us. Oh, we can Witchstalker's Frenzy. I think we just kill the thing that we can't attack through. We draw land. I'll play the land. We're so close. If we play this, We don't quite win. Man, this Clive is so juicy too. We don't quite win, but this makes our opponent block with the Pinnacle Emissary. They can't block the Pain for All creature, or they take damage. So what they should do is put our opponent to 3, and more or less put our opponent in a position where there's going to be Pain for All. If you don't block it, you die. If you do block it, you die. That is what we're trying to set up. We passed up drawing cards for this too. Just to point that out, we could have drawn cards with Clive, but instead we chose the path of Pain for All, Pinnacle Emissary. So our opponent needs that's not going to do it. So many Pinnacle Emissaries. They need a small creature that can block. They don't have it though. Well, Jim, the choice is yours, my friend. The choice is yours. Would you like to die to our Mana Dork, or will there be Pain for All? All right, Pain for All it is. Takes 3 to the face, and all right, no combo necessary. Pain for All, good enough on its own. This hand's actually kind of combo-y. Should we get enough mana? We actually have the full combo in hand, right? We got the Dawnsire, we got a Screaming Nemesis, we got a Systems Override, even got a Zookeeper. I don't know what zoo is being kept in outer space. Little confused by that, but hey, we'll take it. It's a good mana dork. Forest, eh? We got a Llanowar. Little Llanowar elves. More Systems Override, eh? Well, let's get down the Zookeeper. Pass the turn. I wonder if we will ever fairly station a Dawnsire. I kind of feel like no. I mean, it's possible with like a Clive or like maybe one of the Nova Hellkites, but our deck's not great, I don't think, it fairly Dawnsiring. Lumbering Worldwagon. Good news is we don't need to fairly do it, hopefully. Land, okay. Getting closer. So we can Systems Override, steal something, doesn't really do anything. I guess we just play old Screaming Nemesis, get in, hit ya. Down to 16. Another forest, so mono green ramp. Lumbering Worldwagon is pretty good. I tend to default to Overlord, but maybe I should just play Worldwagon more. It is, I guess, somewhat cheaper in paper. On Arena, it's funny. Being a mythic might actually make it cheaper. Free-to-play players always tell me that they'd rather get a mythic than a rare a lot of times. Like, the pinch is on rares, probably mostly because of mana bases. You need way more rares than mythics to build most decks. Opponent's going to time out here in a minute. All right, after much deliberation, a Traveling Chocobo. Oh, is this a land? Oh, okay. So this is like a weird big take on landfall. All right, here comes a Whirlwagon. I mean, that's very bad for us. Systems Override's pretty cute at like stealing finishers. The problem is we can't trigger Tifa enough to really make it a finisher, but our opponent can. Oh man, is this gonna be another one-turn short game? Yeah, all right. We need our opponent to not have lands. Oh, we're super dead. So that doubles to 2, everything double triggers. Yeah. Even if our opponent doesn't have a land, we're just dead to the Worldwagon here. We're double, triply, a million dead. Yep, all right. Well, Landfall doing landfall things. Doing some Death Star shenanigans. I can say that word, I promise. Ooh, opponent leads on some Orzhov lands. Might be like a Sephiroth deck. I've seen a lot of Orzhov Sephiroth decks. Opponent gonna bat us, are ya? Well, I think we're gonna torch the bat. Opponent does get a peek at our hand. This hand, we're really leaning on Count on Luck to hopefully impulse draw us into some things, because right now it is just a bunch of removal and a systems override. Opponent, more batting. Obnoxious. Don't take, no, opponent, not our Count on Luck. We were counting on that. That's why they pay me the big bucks. Wonderful jokes like that. Opponent lands Sephiroth. Gonna sack the line breaker, sure. I think Sephiroth got like 10 times better because of this set. I think Sephiroth might actually, we'll see what it looks like. You never want to read too much into early access. That is always a risk. But I feel like the upgrades have made Sephiroth way better. The new Uncommon Sack Outlet is an absurd card. I don't think people understand just how insane that card is. Like, people see, we gotta kill the Sephiroth before they get the Bart down. As much as I would like to kill the bat and get our card draw going, Everyone focuses on splashy mythics, right? This is the card, Umbral Collar Zealot. The card is, it's obscene. It is absurd. It's like, people focus on the splashy mythics doing the cool thing. Well, let's get down this Dawnsire. I mean, if we draw land, we can combo kill next turn. 100 damage is enough to beat a Sephiroth life gain. But the fact that not only is it a free sack outlet, but it's a free sack outlet that surveils. There's a Blood Artist with some warp action. Can they kill us? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Ooh. Actually kind of close. I think they can hit us to like 3 here if they went all in. But I think they're just short. And now it's up to the Magic Gods. Either we draw a land and we win. But the fact that this sack outlet, to back on the sack outlet, not only is it a free sack outlet, not only does it surveil to fill your graveyard when you sack something, it's a 3/2. It's a 3. It's an above the curve creature. Like, you don't have to play it as like an underpowered sack outlet. It's just a beatdown threat too. The card is, it's so wild how good that card is. It's really ridiculous. About it. Unwarp, sorry, land. Yes! Okay, well, they have 1 card in hand. It could be removal. However, we're going to override the system and go for it because, yes, we're sure, Arita, because we don't really have anything else we can do, and we're going to die next turn. Screaming Nemesis, and go to combat. Come on, no removal spell. Attack you. Dawnsire, yes, we're sure, ourselves. Hit the Nemesis, and 100 to your face. Wow. Ooh, that was close. We were definitely dead next turn, had we not pulled off the combo, but Dawnsire, turns out 100 damage is it's kind of a lot. I mean, we got the full combo. We got literally the full combo. We're gonna keep it. Whether or not we get there, you never know. We do need some mana. That is the challenge of the combo, right? We gotta. There's a little bit of the Panharmonicon problem where we have to find the time to get down a 5-mana Dawnsire that doesn't do anything right away. But the reward for doing it is very high because then we just win. Ooh, all right. Red mana dorks all around, eh? Well, land go. What are we doing over there, Zookeeper? Mountain. And, oh god, Tanic. All right, well, there was a removal check, and we did not pass the removal check. So we're just gonna play a Screaming Nemesis, and I imagine we're about to die. Usually, if there's an unchecked Tanic, that's bad news. We might get warped here a little bit. Attack with your Tanic. Found it. Mana. Boiler Biggle. No, betrayed by Boiler Biggles. I'm the biggest Boiler Biggles supporter. I can't believe Boiler Biggles would do me like this. I guess we kill the Mana Dork? That doesn't do much either. I mean, I think we're actually just dead here. There's no way we're actually going to be fast enough. Down to 8. Because we can't really do anything this... Yeah, we had to hit a land. If we hit a land, maybe we just hope our opponent has nothing, but... Yeah, in our new standard format. This hand looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. We got the Count on luck. We got the Dawnsire. We got Systems Override. We actually have everything now. Let's play a Mana Dork. Blue-white. Are we getting controlled? No more lies. Opponent. Opponent. Well, plays a land. Well, let's play the land. Count on luck. Let's get our card draw going. No. All right, opponent. All right, now it's on. Now our goal is just to kill you. Before we were trying to do the janky fun thing. Now we are not above beating you down. Now that you're countering our stuff and we're missing land drops. All right, let's Tursa. Discard the torch. Discard the Mana Dork. See if we can hit some lands. No. Well, hit you for 3. Down to 17. No more lies that time, eh, opponent? Where's the no more lies now, eh? Maelstrom Pulse. Boo. Opponent must be some like multicolor control deck. Well, all right, let's play Dirty Screaming Nemesis. Get and hit you. Boom. Down to 14. Oh, Ancient Cornucopia. Ugh. Now I kind of wish we had the Torch to the tower so we could, unfortunately, Nova Hellkite. It deals a damage to a creature, but it's only creatures your opponent controls. So if this could ping Screaming Nemesis, oh god, it'd be good. We still get to smash our opponent down to 7, though. Shutting down life gain would be nice just because of Ancient Cornucopia. Opponent goes back up to 8. I mean, maybe we can still get the combo kill. We have the Dawnsire. We have the Systems Override. We have the whole combo. We also have our opponent down to 8. And like I said, since... that's kind of cute, I guess. Space-Time Anomaly, Ancient Cornucopia. Okay. Yeah, gain a little life, do a little milling. Well... like I said before, against the control deck, We will win. We will win however we have to win. Let's play Zookeeper. Let's play a Sunrise or Sunset Striker. Please don't wrath us. Opponent, land, end. Space-time anomaly. Thankfully, we managed to deal enough damage to our opponent that these are not great. Wait, do we win now? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, I guess if our opponent has literally nothing, we win. Yeah, all right. We could try to set up the combo for next turn, but I think we try to just win this turn. Well, all right, opponent did a little milling, countered a few of our spells, gained a little life, but in the end, let the beatdown commence. Well, that's not the plan, but yeah, we'll take it. We are, ooh, look at all that ramp. Okay, I like the double Zookeeper. Double Zookeeper into Count on Luck, into Dawnsire. GG, can't beat it. I'll get down the Zookeeper. It's kind of funny, there's 2 decent 2-mana mana dorks now. One is a 3-1, the other is a 1-3. I think in general, I would say the 1-3 is better than the 3-1. But was our opponent getting verged? Are you getting verged? Oh, our opponent's getting verged. Oh, they even have the 1-drop in hand. Yeah, that is the problem with verges. Well, we're gonna play a land. This might go easier than we thought. Play the Zookeeper. But in our deck, because in theory we might want to try to station Dawnsire, I think that the 3-1's actually better, even though I think it's worse in a vacuum. Oh, opponent. Oh, the virgining. Yeah, I mean, that's the problem with verges, right? As good as they can be, as painless dual lands, there's also times when this happens. Well, I mean, we're just gonna play Dawnsire and try to combo you. We got the system's override, and we got a Pain for All, so we should, boom, look at that, stationing fairly. We're crewing up our spacecraft. Opponent, land. Finally turns on the verges. Does green mana save them? Why did our opponent keep this hand? All right, Warden of the Grove, sure. Well, now I think we make you die. So we will play a land. Pain for All on a Zookeeper. I don't know why a Zookeeper wants Pain for All, but one to the face. That is just a preview of what's to come, because we are going to override the system. Dawnsire, suddenly powered up out of the blue by surprise. Go to combat attack, 100 damage to the zoo. Yes, we're sure, to the Zookeeper, and Pain for All, 100 to the face. Got him. Well, I mean, our opponent got a little verge there, which made it easier, but a win's a win. Ooh, all right. Count on Luck. I do like Count on Luck. It is a little looty, but loot. I wonder if we're gonna see loot again. Are they gonna bring loot back? Whatever happened? We had all this like loot storyline, then all of a sudden we're in space, which I love Edge of Eternities, and not the biggest loot fan, so I'm fine with it. I'm not a complaint, but I am curious if Wizards just ended the loot storyline, or if we're gonna suddenly, like, remember the year before it was just loot and Kellen. All of a sudden, not having loot and Kellen is making, ooh, Legion Extruder. Oh, this is gonna be one of the artifact sack decks. All right, Legion Extruder hits us to 18. Thankfully, we're gonna land, and we're just gonna count on luck to win us this game, which is, I guess, my normal strategy. And oh, it's a synthesizer. Okay, well, that puts us on a clock, right? Oh, land. Oh, okay, we can. I mean, we have to Tursa, right? I think our only realistic way to win this game is with the combo. And we got to combo fast enough that we don't die to Simulacrum synthesizer tokens. Let's discard. Okay. Didn't make it look easy, but we found the land. Get in, hit you down to 17. I mean, we win in 2 turns. Assuming we keep hitting our land drops. All right. Can we live for 2 turns? We can chump with Tursa. Oh, all right. Memory Guardian makes a construct. Oh, Pain for All. Okay, land. Well, play the Death Star, get down the Dawnsire, pass the turn, do a little chump block in. All right, all we need is a land. We have the full combo in hand. There are massive constructs, but I think we can survive this attack. And we get an extra draw at it because of Count on Luck. Fire Crystal, eh? Ooh, Hasty Construct. That's kind of scary. Wait, are we dead? 7. Okay, we're not quite dead. All right. All we got to have is a land in our top 2 cards. Our opponent's mostly tapped out. Count on Luck, not a land. Luke, I am your father. Yeah, we're dead. Sometimes you have the whole combo, but you're 1 land short. You know what? Where's the Chewbacca? Wasn't there supposed to be a Chewbacca in this set? Actually, I'm very happy that there's not a Chewbacca in this set, and that are we up against control? And that the set's actually relatively serious, I would say. I really like it. Opponent land and pass it. Wow. Well, Tron assembled. Nemesis Tron. Actually, we might get a dirty beatdown win here. That is not our plan, but sometimes, like, we're playing Screaming Nemesis because it is the combo piece for Dawnsire, right? Opponent gonna consult the star charts. It is the combo piece, but I think it's also possible, if we just draw 3 of them, that we could actually just win by attacking. That does not seem impossible here. Opponent gonna stock up. Discards a land. Well, we're gonna play a land, and yeah, I mean, we might be overextending into a Wrath, but we have 2 missing combo pieces, so we're not especially close to winning with the combo. So I think we just go beatdowns and see what happens. Adventures in to gain life. I think that's called cheating. I think that's called cheating. Yeah, let's just attack, see what our opponent does. Get lost. Well, I don't think his Witchstalker's Frenzy is going to have any value, so let's hit our own Screaming Nemesis. Hit your face. Shut down any future adventuring inns or whatever those cheaty gain life lands are. Opponent's down to 5. Can we have Pain for All, too. We got a Screaming Nemesis. Can we close it out? It always feels good to beat the control deck. Not that we're going to necessarily beat the control deck. We could still very much lose this game. Elspeth Storm Slayer, eh? Unfortunately, we cannot systems override a Planeswalker. Well, opponent gonna blow up the Screaming Nemesis. Well, play the land, and I guess we just... Yeah, we're gonna kill the Elspeth. I think it's too risky to let it live. There's some appeal to, like, hit your face, try to win with Pain for All the next turn. Opponent's got 6 cards in hand, though. I'm not convinced Pain for All is gonna work at the moment. Opponent creature land, because they can get it with a counter or a removal spell, so multiple ways to stop it. Oh, system override. I don't know how you override the system of an angel, but yoink, and go to combat, and opponent down to -2. Okay, well, that's one of the upsides of the deck, is we get to play a threaten because it's a combo piece, and sometimes you just threaten an angel and that's enough. We are attempting to throw 100 damage at our own creatures. Why, you might ask? Well, because if we do, and it's a Screaming Nemesis, we get to win the game. The whole hit our own creatures to win the game plan. Classic Magic the Gathering. We got the Pain for All in the Nemesis. We do not have a Dawnsire, unfortunately. Golgari, and a Llanowar Elves. Well, we will see your Mana Dork with a Mana Dork of our own. Sunset Strike Master, which actually, like a 3/1, it can get frisky. I guess we can Pain for All kill a Llanowar if we have to, since we have the Screaming Nemesis in hand. So we have a backup if we do find our combo pieces. Paw Patch, Paw Patch Recruit with a little baby buddy. That does make killing the Llanowar more painful because they're gonna get counters. I imagine it's probably still worth it though. So we Pain for All, 3 damage to the Llanowar. They put counters on each of the rabbits. Then we can block with the Strike Master. Oh, that's actually not bad, right? We block with the Strike Master, kill one, and then get the other one with the Pain for All. And we've effectively wrathed at the cost of a Pain for All and a Mana Dork. I mean, I think that's our best option here, I think. So opponent gonna get some triggers, gonna get some counters. Paw Patch Recruit's actually a pretty good card. Every time I play Paw Patch, I come away from it feeling like this card's actually very good. I just don't play it that much because green has been so bad that we haven't had that many green decks, but in any sort of like green aggro deck, I actually kind of like Paw Patch quite a bit. Terra's Symbiosis, Well, that's some card draw if our opponent can start putting counters on things. Block and then shoot the other one with the Pain for All. We have enough mana anyway. So Pain for All for one. Oh, I'm so dumb. Okay. Okay. Pain for All is not a Screaming Nemesis. It's a Stuffy Doll. It only hits. Oh my goodness, that's not great. It only hits face. I mean, that's still fine. We still got rid of a buddy. Not as good as I was hoping though. So Terra Symbiosis. Ooh. well, there goes our pain for all, I'm sure. At this point, I don't think Systems Override's too scary because we don't have Dawnsire yet. Yeah, there goes pain for all. If our opponent can start putting counters on things, Demon Wall, they're gonna draw a lot of cards. Opponent hits us. Well, here's a mountain. Oh, we can't really do anything but Screaming Nemesis attack. That's our only play here. Get in, hit ya. If they block the Screaming Nemesis, we do actually get the 2-for-1. That one actually does. That one actually does work. Screaming Nemesis is a messed up card. My God, is it a messed up card? Oh my goodness. It is just like the best version of the effect that they printed by a mile. Opponent mills a duress off the Surveil land. Why are they playing Terra Symbiosis and Demon Wall? I feel like Unholy Annex goes well with Demon Wall. Well, speak of the devil. Speak of the demon, I guess, technically. There's the Unholy Annex. Opponent starts draining us. We're down to 12. Hi, Systems Override's so bad here because even if we steal the Demon Wall, it can't attack because it has Defender. I guess we're hoping. So here's our game plan. We hope that we get them low enough. Opponent gonna double block Tursa. We're definitely gonna kill the Demon Wall if that's what they do. And then at least it turns off the drain. So what we're trying to do is get our opponent low enough on life that if they make a 6/6 demon, maybe we can win with the Systems Override and just yoink it and smack them. Unfortunately, our opponent knowing about Systems Override probably makes it a lot less likely. Our opponent would have to just walk right into it. That makes sense. Opponent was willing to give up the Demon Wall because I got another one. And, oh boy, removal and, well, we don't have anything going on now. Down to 8. Ay, more mountains. Yeah, okay, you can play out the rest of your turn. I mean, I don't think we can win from here. We need too many pieces to win from here. Ooh. Boroid. Yeah, that's when it triggers the Terra Symbiosis to get a counter. I mean, I appreciate that our opponent's playing a lot of new cards. I don't know about Terra Symbiosis in the Demon deck. It's kind of a weird mixture, but it is cool to see some new cards that I haven't seen other people playing. Opponent drains us and dead. Ooh. CGB, eh? CGB the crafty. All right, CGB, let's see if we can combo you off. I mean, this hand, we got a lot of ramp. If we can find a Dawnsire, the hand becomes kind of exciting because we got a lot of ramp and we got the pain for alls. Can we find a Dawnsire? Snarling Gorehound, the meanest of the puppers. Well, let's get down a Zookeeper. So this has to be some sort of graveyard sack style deck. Forsaken Miner, eh? Sure. Opponent mills a planet, and Forsaken Miner, Gorehound, gonna leave it on top, leaves it on top, gets and hits us. Well, okay, that's a Dawnsire. So now all we need is a systems override, and to live a little bit. Like, we're not ready to do it yet. We don't have enough mana to cast the Dawnsire, but that's all we're really missing to go for the combo kill. We could Pain for All here, and like, kill the Gorehound. We can also play the Mana Dork. Yeah, let's do that. Like, in theory, the Mana Dorks, if everything lives, lets us play Dawnsire next turn. See, this is a Power Zookeeper. It's a 1/3. Actually kind of a good blocker against aggro. Strike Master, way better if you're trying to attack, which our deck isn't. I know we've got a couple of random beatdown wins, but we're not really a deck that's about attacking. Opponent, gonna warp. The Warp 2-drop is really good. There's so many synergies with that card. Greedy freebooter for our opponent. I'm gonna do a little more surveilling. This has got to be Sephiroth, right? Let's block. Let's kill. Their stuff's so recursive. So we kill the Forsaken Miner, then get it back. Well, it costs mana, and they have to cry. We also kill the Gorehound. Yeah, let's get rid of the 2/2. Drop to 16. Come on, Systems Override. All right, Nova Hellkite. Nova Hellkite is good, and it can snipe a Gorehound. Yeah, we're going to set up for the combo. The upside's just so high. Plus, the reason Nova Hellkite's the 2 of in the deck is not just to attack with it, which we can do as a backup plan, but we can warp it and then, so there's a Super Void. Okay. Huh. Well, now when we kill our opponent's stuff, we gotta sack our stuff? That's awkward. That's not fun. What are you doing to us, CGB? What are you doing to us, buddy? I mean, I think we're still gonna Nova Hellkite, but then we're gonna have to sack. Yeah, let's warp it. So if we shoot that, we're gonna have to sack a mana dork. Yeah. Grave Pack's back. Grave Pack is back. Yeah, sack the Strike Master. Oh, and now, yeah, I should have played that differently. Definitely should have stationed first. Although we still did get up to 5. So now we can Nova Hellkite next turn, station, get up to 10, and we have done it the fair way. We could also still draw Systems Override, pound it. Hasty 2/2 gets in, hits us. Wait, we have not had a fair win with this deck ever. Well, okay. Yeah, I mean, a land is actually huge, because that lets us Nova Hellkite, and all right, we cast our Hasty 4/5 Dragon. We are going to choose to not snipe your greedy freebooter because we do not want to sack, but we have to target something apparently. So ping your 2/2, and then we are going to tap down our Hasty 4/5 Flyer to put some counters on the Death Star. All right. Well, CGB, you better kill us this turn, because if you don't, I got a lot of pain for all of us, I guess. Combat attacks down to 2. Passes. Okay, well, here we go. Play the land. Pain for all. They could have removal. That would fizzle this. I don't think they do, though, on the Nova Hellkite. And I mean, since it's CGB, just because it's CGB, we don't really need to do this, but we're gonna go double trouble. Pain for all number 2. Go to combat. Get in with a Hellkite. Attack. And 100 damage to the dragon. 200 to the face, and that was close, but in the end, can't beat the Death Star. Sweet. So what did we learn this week about Dawnsire combo in Edge of Eternity Standard? In record-wise, it was early access, so don't really put a ton of weight in the record, but I think we came in just below a 50% win rate. And I guess that makes sense. If you think about it, we're kind of a 3-piece combo deck that also requires playing a 5-mana do-nothing, and we gotta fight Systems Override, so we need a lot of things to actually make the deck work. Although, I gotta say, we got some super hilarious kills with the deck, and one of the things I love for the deck, I obviously love the 100 damage kill, is just super cool. I love winning with Stuffy Dowel effects, and Screaming Nemesis and Pain for All is about as close as we can get in Standard, and Dawnsire is just the perfect combo piece. 100 damage pretty much just guarantees you're gonna win the game, even if your opponent's gained a bunch of life, so it's so perfect for the combo kill. The other thing that I loved about the deck is we get to play Systems Override. Systems Override, obviously in the deck to turn on Dawnsire. I don't think we turned on Dawnsire maybe once fairly. I think our very last game we turned it on fairly, but it was almost always because of Systems Override. But the other thing we saw with Systems Override is sometimes the threat and effect is just actually really good. We had a couple of wins, not by turning on Dawnsire with Systems Override, but just by stealing one of our opponent's random big creatures for the turn and smashing them with it. So that's kind of funny because you can't really usually play a threaten effect in your main deck, but we can get away with it because it's actually a combo piece, and then sometimes it also works like a threaten. As far as the rest of the deck, I think this deck wouldn't really work if it wasn't for a pretty new addition to Magic, which is red having mana dorks. Having Sunset Strike Master, Zookeeper Mechid, actually a really, really huge deal, because you got to see a lot of our games. We were either just fast enough by one turn to win, or just one turn too slow. Like if we had one more turn, we would have been able to win. And that one extra turn that we get by having a mana dork to get things down a little bit quicker, super, super huge. I also think the mana dorks are just going to keep getting better. The ones we have now are decent. They're 2-mana mana dorks, but I think we're actually going to get like a red Llanowar Elves at some point. Maybe it's in a Modern Horizon set, but we're getting closer to that point. So all in all, Dawnsire combo, I would say kind of like medium in terms of how competitive it is, but it gets some super spectacular kills. It has some really funny fakes. Plus, who doesn't like killing people by dealing damage to their own creatures with the Death Star of all things? But anyway, that is Dawnsire combo. That's been our Against Odds for this week. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.